Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. And the topic of this 10-minute moan is looking at the ridiculous situation where we are changing the name of a submarine that's about to go into service to appease the French. I don't have anything against the French, and I doubt the excuses used are actually true, because if they are, the French have got, as people, are becoming in line with their Macron-type people who are quite liberal and lefty and woke, right? Because the story is, the Royal Navy are awaiting delivery of a submarine, which in 2018 we were told was going to be called HMS Agincourt. Now, Agincourt was a battle in the 15th century where English were vastly outnumbered. I mean, there was like 5,000 or 6,000 of them and like 15,000 French, plus another expected 10,000 what they call servants in arms, who were not really soldiers, but they were bladed up and could help. And they won, and they lost 600 men in that battle, but the French lost 6,000, many of who were nobility. So it was a massive shift in that 100-year war at the time. Now, since then, and if I look back at the ships we've had, we've almost constantly had, since 1796, when the first HMS Agincourt was launched, almost right through to the last battleship we had, was launched in 1945 and stayed in service until 1974. So since the end of the 18th century, right up until modern times, we've almost had constantly an HMS Agincourt in our fleet. Now that's what, 200 odd years, over 200 years. And the French don't seem that bothered. I mean, I've met a lot of French people, and I have never once heard any of them say, I don't like you guys because you've got a ship called HMS Agincourt, and I'm upset about that. It just doesn't happen. Could you name current day names of anybody else's boats in the world? Battleships. You couldn't, right? So how we expect the French, normal wee guy sitting, with his lovely wee coffee shop and his 25 sitting out in the sun in Paris, enjoying the, watching the world go by, which is a great pastime to do in Paris, by the way. Sitting there going, delighted that the Brits are not going to call that submarine Agincourt, because I was getting dead offended, but he would say it with a nicer accent than me. It just doesn't happen, right? But we're doing it. It's now going to be called HMS Achilles when it's launched. So I don't get it. It's just almost, it's like, all that heritage we've got. Now, that's to people who are Royal Navy, ex-Royal Navy, got, passion for the Navy and know these things about warships and names. It'll be a bigger deficit to them than the benefit to any wee French guy wandering about on a bike selling onions. I'm kidding on, right? I know you don't do that. It's just a stereotype that I'm having a joke with. But it's just another example of we better not upset anybody. They've not been upset for over 200 years when we've almost constantly had a boat in the water, a warship, under that name. So it's just became a tradition. It's not a get it right up you France, we don't like you, remember Agincourt, right? It doesn't affect people right now. But it's just a part of our heritage, and it might be a small thing to a lot of people. And it's a small thing to me, to be honest with you. What our fleet's called, I'm not really that bothered. But it's still not right, because it does mean a lot to other people, and it's just tradition and heritage that we would have an HMS Agincourt in our fleet. What are we going to do now? We're going to change the name of the QE2s and enter the Queens and stuff like that in case we offend anybody that was colonised 500 years ago. Do you know what I mean? So where do you stop? And this sort of nonsense has to stop. Okay? If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not already done so, please hit the subscribe and the notification bell. Let me know your comments below, please. That's always good to see your opinions on the videos. But most importantly of all, unless you're genuinely the type of person that gets upset because the Royal Navy were going to have a submarine called HMS Agincourt, no you, but
everyone else, have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.